You don't notice it at first. It doesn't happen in a day, not even in a year. But slowly, quietly, life starts separating people. Two friends, same salary, same mindset, same starting line. One keeps saying, "I'll figure it out later." The other does something small, almost invisible, and years pass. Now one checks his bank balance before buying coffee. Heart racing over a 300 rupees decision. The other wakes up with no alarm, no pressure, no panic, just control. Same life, same beginning, but completely different endings. And the truth? It all changed. Because of what they did on the days that felt meaningless. Meet Alex, not a failure, not a success story either, just a man stuck in the silent middle, the kind of person nobody notices, because from the outside, his life looks fine. Normal job, normal routine, normal smile, but every morning starts the same way. Alarm at 7:30, snooze. Then again, he grabs his phone before he even opens both eyes. 10 minutes of scrolling, 10 minutes of escaping a life he hasn't even started for the day. Then the rush begins. Same bathroom mirror, same tired face, same traffic, same job, same fake "I'm good" when people ask how he's doing. And every day feels like a copy of the one before it. Nothing crashes, nothing explodes, but nothing moves either. His paycheck lands and vanishes almost instantly. Rent, food, bills, a few small pleasures to make the week feel bearable, and then he's right back to counting days until the next deposit. Living, but only technically. Surviving in a life that looks stable, but feels empty. And deep down, there's this pressure he never talks about. Not panic, not breakdown, something quieter, more dangerous. The feeling that life is slipping by. And he's too busy paying for it to actually live it, like he's sprinting on a treadmill, out of breath, sweating, trying, but staying in the exact same place. And at night, that's when the truth gets loud. He stares at the ceiling in the dark and thinks, is this really it? This can't be all life is. Because the scariest part isn't that he's miserable, it's that he's numb. He doesn't love his life, but he's gotten used to it. And that feels permanent. One random night, nothing special, no big moment, no dramatic music, just Alex, lying in bed, scrolling, thumb moving, mind numb, video after video, noise after noise, until something small interrupts the pattern. A simple line on the screen, invest $1 a day. He almost skips it. Almost. But for some reason, he pauses. He lets out a quiet laugh. $1? That's a joke. What is that even going to change? And he's right. It sounds stupid, too small to matter, too slow to care about. But here's the strange part. It sticks. Not because it's powerful, but because it's possible. No pressure, no risk, no big commitment, just $1. And in that quiet moment, something invisible happens. A question forms in his mind. What if I've been waiting for the perfect time? That never comes. And right there, without warning, his life splits into two paths, not physically, but mentally. In one version, he scrolls past, forgets it even existed, tells himself the same lie he's always believed. I'll start when I earn more. I'll do it when I'm ready. And just like that, nothing changes. In the other version, he doesn't move. He just stares at the screen a second longer, heart slightly heavier, mind slightly louder, and he whispers something different this time. What if I just start? No confidence, no plan, just a small decision, so small, it feels meaningless, but that's the illusion, because this is where everything changes, same person, same life, same moment, but one tiny choice. Quietly begins rewriting his entire future. Level 1, broke phase. Version 1. Alex keeps going, no big mistakes, no big wins either, just the same life on repeat. Weeks blur into months, months disappear into years. Same alarm, same job, same conversations. Just trying to get through the week. He gets a raise. For a moment, it feels like progress, like finally something is changing. But then something strange happens. His expenses rise quietly. A better phone because he deserves it. New clothes because he's leveling up. Subscriptions he barely uses, but keeps anyway. Nothing feels excessive. Nothing feels wrong. But somehow, every extra rupee disappears just as fast as it came. And deep down, he notices it. That uncomfortable truth. I'm earning more, but I don't feel richer. In fact, he feels exactly the same, just older, just more tired, still checking his balance before every decision, still calculating life in terms of, can I afford this? Still stuck. Meanwhile, version 2, Alex starts. Not big, not impressive, just small. $1 a day, some days $5. Some days nothing at all. No perfect system, no fancy strategy, just showing up. And honestly, it feels pointless. He opens his account after weeks. The number barely moved. No excitement, no breakthrough. No, this changed my life moment. Just a slow, almost invisible increase. Like trying to fill an ocean with a cup. And some nights, he questions everything. Why am I even doing this? This isn't going anywhere. Because in this phase, effort feels real, but results feel fake. And that's what makes it dangerous. Not failure, but the illusion that nothing is working. And most people, they quit right here, right before anything actually begins. Level 2, doubt phase. A few months pass, version 2. Alex finally checks his account again. He expects something, a sign, a jump, a reason to feel smart, but the number, it barely moved. He leans back, staring at the screen longer than he should, and the thoughts start creeping in. Is this even doing anything? I could have used this money, enjoyed it, lived a little. Maybe this whole thing is just slow and stupid. And this right here, this silent, invisible phase, this is where most people disappear. Not because they failed, but because it feels like they're failing. Because effort is real, but results are almost invisible. And that gap, it messes with your mind, makes discipline feel pointless, makes patience feel like punishment. You start questioning the process, then yourself. Meanwhile, version 1. Alex isn't thinking about investing at all. He's too busy keeping his life together, but something new starts creeping in. A quiet discomfort, comparison. He sees people his age travelling, posting from places he's never been, buying things he can't afford, living a life that feels distant. And to protect himself, he says, they got lucky. They had connections. Because accepting the truth would mean admitting something painful. They didn't start later. They just started when it mattered most. Level 3, discipline phase. Back to version 2. Alex. Something changes, not in his bank account, not in the numbers, but in his mind. He stops chasing that exciting feeling, stops refreshing the app every night, stops expecting some magical breakthrough. And instead, he locks into one thing, consistency. No drama, no hype, just quiet repetition. Good day, he invests. Bad day, he invests. Tired, broke, unmotivated, he still shows up. And slowly, it becomes boring, painfully boring. No dopamine, no rush. Just the same small action. Again and again and again. And most people, they can't handle this part because it doesn't feel like progress. It feels like nothing. But beneath that silence, something is forming. Not fast, not loud, but unstoppable. Like roots growing under the ground. You don't see them, but they're getting stronger every single day. And then something unexpected happens. He notices a shift, not outside, but inside. He feels different, calmer, less desperate, less emotional about money, because for the first time in his life, he's not reacting to money, he's controlling it. He's no longer living paycheck to paycheck mentally. He's building something beyond today, and that gives him a quiet confidence, not loud, not flashy, but real. Meanwhile, version 1. Alex feels the opposite. More pressure, more urgency, because time is moving, but his life isn't. Bills feel heavier, decisions feel tighter, and deep down, there's a growing fear he can't ignore anymore. What if I'm falling behind and I don't even know it? Level 4, explosion phase. Then one day, not a special day, no warning, no big event, years have passed. Version 2. Alex opens his account. Almost casually, no expectations, just another routine check. But this time, he freezes. Something feels off. The numbers look different, higher, not slightly, significantly. He leans closer, refreshes the screen, again and again. It's real. The growth isn't small anymore. It's not slow. It's fast. Faster than anything he's seen before. And for the first time, he feels it. Momentum. This isn't just saving anymore. This is something else. Now his money is working, actively, relentlessly. His past decisions are paying him back, over and over again. And then it hits him. It's not me doing this anymore. It's what I built. It's like pushing a heavy rock uphill for years, barely moving it, questioning why you even started, and then suddenly you reach the top and the rock begins to roll on its own, faster, stronger, unstoppable. That's compounding. And once it starts, it doesn't ask for permission. It just grows. Now everything accelerates. Months feel like years. Growth becomes visible, exciting, almost addictive. For the first time, the results match the effort, and all those days, all those boring, silent, invisible days, they weren't wasted. They were preparing this exact moment. But here's the truth. No one tells you. It doesn't feel like fireworks, no screaming, no victory speech, no dramatic "I made it." It feels quiet, grounded, stable, like a deep breath you didn't know you were holding, because real wealth doesn't shout, it whispers. And in that silence, Alex finally understands. This was never about getting rich fast. It was about becoming the kind of person who doesn't need to rush anymore. Level 5, freedom phase. Now we see version 2, Alex. Years later, no dramatic entrance, no luxury montage, just a quiet morning. He wakes up, no alarm, no sudden panic, no rush to beat traffic or answer emails, just stillness. For a moment, he lies there, not tired, not stressed, just present. He walks to the kitchen, makes coffee slowly, no clock watching, no urgency, and then he sits in silence. Not because there's nothing to do, but because for the first time in his life, he has a choice. And that's what freedom really is. Not the cars, not the watches, not the social media lifestyle, but the power to say, I don't have to. He still works sometimes, but now it's because he wants to. Not because he's forced to survive. He spends time with people he loves, without checking the time, takes walks, without thinking about deadlines. He laughs more, breathes deeper, thinks clearly, because the weight, the constant invisible pressure, is gone. But here's the part no one shows you. Freedom is peaceful, but it's also honest. There's no distraction anymore, no chaos to hide behind. And sometimes, in that silence, old thoughts return, regrets, missed time, moments he can't get back, and he whispers to himself, I wish I understood this earlier. I wish I didn't wait so long, because now he sees it clearly. It was never about money, not really. Money was just the tool. The real asset was time. Time to live, time to think, time to be present. And once it's gone, no amount of money can buy it back. That's the truth most people realise too late. And the difference? Alex didn't escape life. He just stopped trading all of his time to afford it. Now let's go back to version 1. Alex, same age, same years lived, but a completely different weight on his shoulders. He's still working, still waking up to alarms he hates, still dragging himself through days that all feel the same. He earns more now. On paper, he should feel ahead, but somehow he feels even more trapped, because nothing runs without him. If he stops working, everything stops. No backup, no system, no freedom. Just him, trading time, for survival. And it's catching up to him. The exhaustion isn't just physical anymore. It's deeper, quieter. He feels it in moments no one sees. One night, he's sitting alone, phone in hand, scrolling, like always, until something stops him, a simple line. Invest $1 a day. His thumb freezes. He stares at it longer than he should, like he's seen a ghost from his past. And then, almost under his breath, he says, I remember this. I saw this years ago. And that's when it hits him. Not all at once, not like a dramatic breakdown, but slow, heavy, unavoidable. A truth he can't scroll away from. He didn't fail because life was unfair. He didn't fail because he wasn't smart enough. He failed because he waited and time didn't. 2 lives, same person, one decision. Made quietly, repeated daily, ignored or followed. And the scary part? At the beginning, it feels like it doesn't matter. Like nothing is changing. Like you have time. Maybe that's where you are right now. Not completely broke, but not truly free either. You're okay, but deep down, you know okay isn't where you want to stay. You're not struggling enough to panic, but not growing enough to feel alive. And that's the most dangerous place to be, because comfort can slowly become a cage. So ask yourself something real. Not how much money do I have, but how many days have I quietly postponed the life I want? How many times did you say, I'll start later? How many moments did you trade for temporary comfort? Because this was never about money. Not really. Money was just the excuse. The real game was time and who you become while it's passing. Somewhere in your future, there's a version of you watching all of this, waiting, hoping, depending on what you do next. And one day, you will meet him, face to face. No filters, no excuses, just truth. The only question is, will he look at you with gratitude, or with that quiet, painful thought, you had the chance, and you waited